Good morning, class. This is Xavier. This is our last reading quiz assignment. I apologize for the do-rag, but I'm trying to get my waves right. But don't let the do-rag affect you to what I'm trying to say. The overall message. First, before I get started, I would like to thank Dr. T for the amazing content that you did put in this class already. It was kind of hard just in general to pick out topics that wasn't discussed. So it had me just be very creative and had me think. But the content that you did provide was very beneficial to my progression as an overall leader, overall listener, my overall communication skills, learning about diversity, how effective it is, and how productive it can be. I'm learning how to handle different job situations, TED Talk, um, learning about how manipulating video and social media and different content is very have very big, huge impacts on communication levels and listening levels and how people perceive people. All the discussions allowed me to get a different perspective from my classmates in different demographics, whether you're old, young, black, white, Mexican, whatever your nationality is. I appreciate reading everyone's discussions and everyone's assignments just in general. Like I said, that's the only way I grow. That's the only way we grow. To better understand different demographics beside ourselves, beside our people, because we all are one people. We and not saying that just because we all share the earth. Yes, we're on different continents. Yes, we're different colors. Yes, we have different religion and backgrounds, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we're all on this one earth for one reason: to be one people, to understand one another, just in general. So, like I said, I just want to thank Dr. T for that amazing content. Um, what the information or issue about addressing in this class that we didn't address that we could have discussed more. Um, what I would say is, like I said, it wasn't too much I could talk about, but just because we're coming up on an election year, which snuck up on everybody because I didn't realize Trump was in office for 4 years already, or about to be 4 years. Just everyone's political stance and what they want out of a leader or what they expect the president's position to be because, like I said, this is all of us are of age to vote in this class, and this type of stuff is important. As you learned in this class, like I said, you're as a communicator, how you communicate to people overall is a big thing, especially if you're the head. Um, I feel like we need someone that's strong. We need someone that's stern. But just a little bit, I feel like America, just as time grow, we should grow just in general as a country. So positions of the past should be upgraded to new positions, different. How we ran the business, or not business, the government body as a whole should be looked at differently and all. Not, I wouldn't say just want to be changed, but upgraded. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as times change, we should change too. We're not living in the 1700s, 1800s no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the 2000s, 20th century. Um, I have a problem with the presidential. I would say the position just in general. I think the commander in chief is the wrong job title for right now for what we need as a president. Back in the day, when George Washington and all our forefather leaders were presidents, of course it was acceptable in that time just because of the way the United States was and the world was. There were normally commanders, generals, war vets, fighters to make decisions on war. We made war common in the United States. What the Europeans did, because that's normally how they did things over there. Um, they had battles, they conquered places, they conquered land, um, and they did it by fighting. And like I said, it's taking over people. Same thing. We came over here, the settlers came over here, found new land. They wanted to take the land and make it their own. So, in saying that, like I said, I think the position should be changed a little bit, but also that means we're the first melting pot from we're the first melting pot of the world just in general. So I think a leader should be that person that knows that what our demographic is. We're not just white. We're not dominant black. We're not dominant this. We're actually everything. You know what I mean? So when you talk, you gotta be mindful of how you talk and who you talk to. And my topic I want to talk about, like I said, just a little bit more political view, but just also what you want as a leader, just in general. And how does your leader affect the overall morale? Well, we already talked about this, but the overall morale of your organization. Because I look at it, the president is our head of our business. Look at America as a business; he's the head. So the morale is what demographic are you um, projecting to? What demographic are you connected to the most? All right, it's not about just one demographic; it's about multiple demographics because I feel like we're the only place in the world that has African American, white American, Hispanic American. You know what I'm saying? Just classify you, then put American. Classify you, then put, you know what I'm saying, the country. You know what I mean? But you go to other places, they're just Chinese. You know what I'm saying? They're just Japanese. Or they're Irish. You know what I mean? They're from that general area. So we're the only place that classifies each other. So we have to be mindful of our demographic. I want to touch on something that just because we have our president, and this goes on what do I want to talk about, but Trump, it's the words that he used and how it affects different demographics other than the demographic community that he's involved in. As a president, you have to be mindful of who you're talking to and what you say. He was using the word infested. I was watching CNN like 3 nights ago, and a Baltimore news reporter was he teared up on national TV just because the word infested Trump was using. He used infested in a lot of, never in a positive way, but it was always about a different demographic. He used infested for the hood, the urban, more of the urban communities, and it really hurt him because he wanted to feel like a normal American like everyone else, because he said they're the same taxpayer dollars, they have families out there just as well as any other people. So when you talk, like I said, your text, your tone, and your jargon has to be acceptable to everybody. Just like in his rally when he said, "Chant, let her go, let her go." Same difference.